We have an Instagram famous celebrity, a man who has over 1 million followers. Do you know how hard it is to get 1 million followers on Instagram? Not to buy him like some frauds do, but to actually have a fan base that is interested in what you're saying to get. I mean, I put in all this work. I'm probably at 300,000. Okay. My man over here is quite way past 1 million. So, Pavel, tell people a little bit about yourself.
What's up, everyone, guys? I'm so pleased to be here with Gary. I'm following Gary already for for the long time. I just watch him and I respect his work, what he's doing, and the knowledge what he shares with the people. My name is Pavel Trusov. I'm kickboxer, kickboxing coach, Guinness Book record holder, and think what I try to share with people is the knowledge. In the kickboxing, boxing content about health. It's about the health. I try to share with people my unique approach, and it what makes me to have all this database and to share with people the uh, some things what nobody wants to share, or a lot of coaches completely don't know it. That's what I do, and why I have this database with more than 1 million followers.
Okay, brother. Before we get started into this interview and podcast, if you guys want a numerology reading, if it's 35 or above, and the bot that I basically based off my information is in the chat, and it will do it. And if you want a live public one, it's going to be 98. It's right there. See? So I don't want to hear anyone have any complaints. It's right there below. It is what it is. Having said that, my man, you're in the Guinness Book of World Records. Tell us about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that was the thing. First Guinness book record, first record from the Guinness book. I think I broke about like 4 or 5 years ago. Man, it was the big challenge for me. I already was fast. Let's say I already was quick, fast with my hands, and a lot of people was asking me, "Let's go to compete." But I understood that competition is not enough for me to demonstrate my speed and the skill of the hands. It's still not enough. I wanted to measure it. And the thing is behind this Guinness record was to show the maximum number of the punches within the 1 minute. But the specific of the punch is supposed to be with a full extension. That means every time I'm supposed to put my hands here on the face, throw punch like that with a full extension, and then bring my hand back. I've done about 330 punches, something like that, on the first
Whoa,
attempt.
whoa, 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 whoa. 330 in a minute?
Yeah. It was six something punches in the one
What
second.
the
And
hell? Well, you're over here like Neo in the fucking Matrix, bro.
that was the thing what changed my mind, to be
What's that?
honest.
Five per second? God
Yeah,
damn,
even
bro.
six it was. Even six it was. And
Damn.
my man, the Guinness record for me was one of the biggest challenge. And a lot of people ask me about the truth, how it's happened, because a lot of people was trying, even fast people, even professional boxers, even people who were following me for the long time. They ask me, man, what exactly you were using, which steroids or something like that. I said I didn't use anything, absolutely, but I decided to prepare myself with a complete another kind of the approach, right? Man, before, just I don't want everybody to repeat it. That's basically what I'd like to say. It's not just about the punching. For me to go in this level, man, 1 week before the Guinness record, no food at all. I didn't eat at all. That wasn't food at all. I got there, the two doctors. I normally just hired two people, following my blood there. I was making the MRI of my elbows, my entire just body joints, everything there. I haven't eaten at all. I was struggling
So
so crazy.
you fasted for a week before you did it?
Zero food, water, electrolytes, a lot of different kinds of the supplements was there. I don't want to share with people the list because they will try to repeat. I cut about the 10 kilograms on the preparation process. Now you can see I'm already skinny. You can see me, right? Because I still
You,
try to be the fastest.
you dropped 20 pounds in a week.
Yes.
The fuck?
Man, the thing is, everybody was a lot of people around me was telling me, man, you're gonna be too weak, you will have no energy, you're gonna mess completely, don't do it. But I have very good people around me in the team, like also professional doctors, the guys also doing martial arts, people who knows
Mm-hmm.
how it works. I hired people. I was checking my body. I decided to provide there the completely deep approach, with everything, really to become fastest. Man, imagine, never told this anybody. First attempt, I was doing attempt. You know what I mean? We
Hmm.
start to calculate punches. There are a lot of people, their cameras recording. I messed with the first attempt. We start to calculate punches. I messed. People already see, just okay, man, just another day, another attempt. You have to wait a few months. I'm saying, guys, give me 10 minutes. 10 minutes of the recovery, and then I broke the record. How was my first, let's say, the one day, first attempt? I messed. Everybody already gave up and saying, man, okay, just, it's okay. Don't worry. You know how people usually say.
Of course.
10 minutes rest. Man, with this fasting, you know what I mean? With this fasting, because it was a lot of study researches from the Californian, university where a guys was doing complete study researches about white blood cells, how it works completely. I don't want to now talk about this medical stuff, but if you're coach, you have to know how your body works. This kind of the preparation just completely expanded my horizon in the case of the how human body could work, completely changing of the my like a perspective about the sport. I was competing since my 8 years old till my 18 years old on the amateur level, in my
Wait, wait,
childhood.
wait, wait, wait a second. You've been fighting since you were 8?
Since I came to the gym. My parents brought me to the gym. I got 6 years old. 8 years old already first competition. How just my life
So
was.
you're already whooping people's asses at 8?
First competition I won, yeah, but it was so funny because I was a child, my man, and just it was the mess completely. It's nothing similar with a professional fight. And my level, I wasn't the fast, but we'll talk about this later. And the thing is about the Guinness record that uh, the all time of my trainings, the all time of the my I don't know, I was conducting trainings, I was training people online offline, man. The preparation, the kind of the mindset, and the clearance, of your mind when you're fasting within 1 week, 7 days, no food. Man, imagine the kind of the adrenaline what you have, the kind of the precision what you have in the mind. It's completely unstoppable. But then you have to be very smart and go out of this fasting, under the doctor's control. If you come just first day, you go to eat sushi, burgers, or something, you could die. You know what I mean?
Wait, wait,
And
wait. So if you fast for a week and then you eat some sushi, I don't eat seafood, so it's like whatever. But if
yeah.
you eat some sushi after a week, you might die.
If you just you imagine you haven't eaten at all, and then you just go to the first, like a burger, pizza, and start to take their all carbonates, all different this shit, all this unhealthy fat on you, and
American
you
food.
American food, I'm telling you, my guys, just our heart doesn't like this American food. It's so tasty, that's why it's unhealthy. All this tasty stuff basically will not make you to look good. You have to understand it's always about the controlling of the carbonates, a lot of protein, but it's dry. It could be not tasty, but you will look good. That's the point. And Guinness record, man, it basically changed my, I don't know, like a perspective. And the one of the lesson what I just comprehended completely, that your body is just an instrument, right? It's also about your mind. It's everywhere. You know what I mean? You could possess fast hands, but if you're mentally weak to fast, within 7 days, you will not do it. I decided to go with the
How many people on this planet you think have ever fasted for 7 days? The most I ever went was 48 hours. So I mean, the average person fasting 7 days. I mean, listen. I mean, unless someone's living in Africa or the Amazon and stuff like that, this is probably very rare. So when it comes down to it, fasting for 7 days, yo, bro, that's some godlike mode stuff.
I got everything, I got no water, you know what I mean, there under my muscles, just I lost a lot of muscles too. I got such a weak legs, but it made me to accomplish this, about people from Africa, bro. Just imagine, I have people from Africa also in my gym, people who came here to Slovakia to train with me, and they build completely different. I think they don't need to fast even to break Guinness records. They already like extremely fast and powerful, that's it's sometimes like a very funny. But our body is like a Formula One, right? Somebody think it's the old rusty car. Some person will put there the right fuel, and we drive, and we just do it fast and make our body to just we created from our body the unstoppable machine. That's what we can do. Some people, bro, that they train entire life, they look like shit. They don't use their body, they do shit. I chose this, but I will not recommend this to anyone. Behind this work of the doctors, a lot of investments with mine, and but I never regret. It's the great experience. And then I broke the record with the 3 minutes. I broke with the 1 minute, then I broke with the 3 minutes.
So you got two Guinness Book of
Yeah.
World Records.
Yeah. Most full extension punches in the 1 minutes, within the 1 minute, and then 3 minutes. Yeah.
And how many did you do in 3 minutes?
In the 3 minutes, I've done something about there, like I don't remember, about 900 something. I have there the number, but I already don't keep it in the mind. You can find this online, just like when you Google it or find on my website official video from the Guinness book there. The
900 punches
Yeah,
in 3 minutes.
yeah,
Yo,
and the
bro,
big difference, yeah,
bro, are you out your mind? Like,
yeah,
god damn. Like, they'll be out after like 3 punches. I don't think you need all 900, bro.
yeah. It was complete another preparation. It was about 1 year of the preparation. My dad was helping me so much. You can't imagine how I was mad, because my initial number on the beginning of the preparation was so far from my goal, from my targeted number. But my dad, my parents, my entire family was supporting me in this case, because my dad was responsible for my preparation. My dad was holding me a pad. My dad was supporting there mentally. He was the guy who brought me to the gym. He was the guy who was training since his childhood too. His entire life in the karate. Now he's almost 55 years old, and he still goes to the gym every day. He was the guy who motivated me to train every
at,
day.
at what point, like at what age could you take your father? Because
Uh,
you're telling me your father's a professional and he's a skilled fighter. At what point did you supersede your dad? What age?
My man, just give me to share with you a little bit about my dad, okay?
Uh-huh.
The guy was training karate in the basement in the USSR when it was forbidden. Just imagine, right? The guy was completely built different. There was complete another training approach in the time in Russia in the 90s. You could get hit outside. It just people was extremely appreciate martial arts. And my dad right now, he's 55 years old. Everybody says he's like a 40. You know what I mean? He's looking young, and we got even sparrings with him very a lot of times, and he showed me very great kicks. He still, what I mean, possessed some knowledge, and he still could give me some advice regardless my experience with the more than, I started my training since I got like a 6 years old. Now I'm 30 of 24 years. I'm already in the kickboxing, and he still could share with me some value. It's so crazy, my man. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. Just that is the real one. That is the real one.
So I'm assuming you spar with your dad too.
Yeah, of course, of course. Share.
And when did you finally start beating him consistently?
We know that when you spar against of your parent, right, against of your dad,
Mhm.
it's you're just proud of him. You know what I mean? That he,
Of course.
yeah, he despite his age, try to just hit you, try to challenge you there, and man, it's completely amazing when you do with your parents the same thing, right? We run here at the gym, we do this business together. We were going from the Russia here to Slovakia like almost 10 years ago through a lot of different hardships and setbacks, all problems, and ultimately we're together, and it is what it is. I'm so happy with that, my man, so happy,
I I remember Michael Jordan and his father were very, very close before his father passed away in 93. And his dad said one of the proudest moments in his life was not when Michael started winning championship rings, but when Michael actually beat him one on one. And I just, found that absolutely amazing because, you know, your father is the only man on this planet that's going to want you to do better than him.
yeah.
That it's not the same with women. If a woman has a daughter, I've seen like mothers get jealous of their daughters because they're better looking than they are.
Oh yeah.
This is not something that happens with men. Men actually appreciate it when their kid actually beats them. Not the same for women, and that's why men and women are definitely not the same. Let's go a little bit into why did you decide you wanted to be a fighter? Is it something you just grew up with and maybe you saw some, Bruce Lee stuff? Like what got you? Well, probably not Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's a dragon, you're a dog. So that probably would maybe Chuck Norris who's the dog or something like no, Chuck Norris is a dragon too. Well, who inspired you besides maybe your father?
uh it will sound maybe a little bit boring there, but man, my weakness, really. Even when I start trainings, even when I was competing, I was one of the smallest there in the gym. You see, I don't have the genetic over there. I don't have huge bones. You see, right? I'm just like
Hmm.
a. I train a lot.
But
I
that
just
helps you with speed. If you
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
huge bones, you're gonna less speed.
That's basically my focus. And back in the day, there was the thing that when I spar against of the somebody, even I was, what I mean, like 8, 9, 10 years old, I was slow. I was there weak. I just promised myself I cannot be like that. I was watching my pictures. I do, you know what I mean. I do photos there. We go somewhere in the vacation. I look extremely skinny. I look not as a fighter at all. Now I could be sharp, and this thing made me to stay hungry. You know what I mean? When you see you're missing, you know what I mean. You're just becoming basically mad on everything. You see, and you have to understand also another thing. You know it probably. You know, maybe your wife was telling you these things about them Russian schools, especially back in the day, right? You understand in Europe when somebody hit your kid, what you're saying, oh man, do not respond, try to speak to him, try to find the way. In Russia, they're saying destroy him, and fight with him, exactly like that.
I,
Otherwise, you're pussy
I
there.
was raised by Russian parents. That's exactly what they do. If I got home, if I came home and I got beat up, my dad would tell me next day, whoop that dude's ass. There's no go to the principal's office, try to talk to the parents. No, in Russian, they want the parents will tell you whip the kid's ass. 100%,
Yeah.
brother.
And it was with me all the time like that. In Russia, you have fights before lessons, after the lessons, every time when they're saying, oh man, you go to the gym, let's fight, we'll check, like how good you're in the fight. And there was the time when I just come to the gym already with the bruises. My coach says me, man, what's going on? You were in the gym, but like why you have there the bruise? And I was trying to explain there my parents what's going on or something. Then I thought, just it couldn't be like that for a long time. I have to do my best to learn the speed. I have to be there special. And even, I don't know, even that after the 15 maybe years of my trainings was shit in the gym. Still, coach was given the same session day by day. Imagine, the coaches when you come to the gym and day by day you do the same things. They give you the same training scenario. Oh, you run a little bit in the gym, you do shadow boxing, then you do sparring. That's all. And it was the same, every time what's going on there in the gym. No variety, nothing new there. I was extremely bored there. I didn't like it even. And then was the time when I decided, man, I have to create something mine. I have to create there some way, some method there, how even even a usual person without any experience, how he could become the fastest one, how he could bring fast hands. And then they start to work with the method. What do we have to do? What do we have to do for the fast hands? How we make our body connect? How we can connect our upper lower body, our hips, etc. And then it starts working. The hunger and tiredness to be one of the weakest, one of the most tiny guy, just motivated me so much there. But yeah, my family, my man, look, hear me out. I said you, my dad also is the dog. My brother is the dog. My entire family almost. It's so funny. Just
And so is the president of the United States. He's a
imagine,
dog too. And people in the
imagine.
chat room are shouting for Zerka. He's a dog too. Okay, let me tell you something. Zerka got his ass whooped when he actually got a fight. This guy is not getting his ass whooped right here. This guy will get a win back for Team Dog.
My
Listen,
man,
we need you to come out here to America at some point and put on an exhibition
we
because
will test Jarka. We will test Jarka together. We'll see his technique. We'll see how he punch. But I see he has the ego there, right? He has the ego. But I never judge ego for the fighter. You have to
mhm.
understand, right? Very important thing for the fighter. You have to possess ego. Maybe for the streamer, maybe some sensitive people, some liberals, they will not like it. You understand what I'm saying, right? But you
We
have
don't
to
care.
understand.
We don't care what liberals think here.
Absolutely. And it makes Jerka, you know, good in the fight even when he doesn't possess the right skill, maybe, right? He has the good technique, he has the good genetic, he's huge. But of course, I'd like to challenge him there. I'd like to give him a lesson, to see what he can do. You know,
I think I might be able to set that up, my man.
we can do it. Once I
Dog versus
come, we meet.
94 dog versus 94 dog, and Zerka's way bigger than you size wise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I don't think he'd last 20 seconds personally.
But we can, we will do some interesting. I'd like to see what he can, basically. I'd like to see what he can. I'm even willing to go without punches. Just we can do
Okay.
round without punches. I just
Since
do not I just move I'm just moving, we can do
since we're
like that.
talking about fights right now, let's look at the fight, the clip, and we have a clip here between Logan Paul, I think the first one, and the old man Mike Tyson at this point. And I basically wanted Pavel to basically break down the fight because when you're a fighter, you see things completely different than the normal population does. When someone does a jab, cut, duck, this is something that he'll be able to see at a much better level than the average person who just enjoys this stuff. So, D, if you can put that clip up, I think let's just.
Also funny, you know what I mean? Oh, and you can see that the thing here is that everybody's staying and they know that. You can see the face of the Mike Tyson. That's not the guy who it was before.
No,
Before it
no, of
was
course not.
hungry man. You can start even just one more time from the beginning, by the way, for us to like break down like a couple of them of more moments, there. And there is the thing you can see with his footwork. He is just moving. You can just
Yeah, let's
skip.
get rid of this right now, D. Thanks.
Yeah, like one more
I just
time
want to
there.
say this: that fight right there, that was an enemy sign fight.
Wow.
Mike Tyson is a horse. And I mean, people understand that horses are animals. Their endurance is at a completely different level. I'm not sure how many people know who Darryl Green is. Darryl Green was a football player in the NFL who played the cornerback position. Again, not quarterback, cornerback. For a 40-year-old man to play cornerback in the NFL is absolutely unheard of. You need speed, you need acceleration. People don't have that at 40, but guess what? Darryl Green did because he was a horse. The best cover corner in the NFL was a guy named Champ Bailey, another horse. But let's look at the other side here. Who was he fighting? Jake Paul. And Jake Paul is a rat. Rat versus horse. By the way, who's the one guy who knocked out Mike Tyson in his prime? Obviously, it was you. I think he was in 1990. He was in Japan. I think he was doing cocaine with a whole bunch of girls, but he got knocked out by a guy named Buster Douglas. And Buster Douglas is born in a rat year. How do you like that?
Yeah, that's the lifestyle of the Mike Tyson. He's a gangster, my man. You know what I mean? And all his ages, like throughout his life, he showed like a legend performances, right? Like what he've done, definitely he changed martial arts completely, right? He brought his own style there. That's why it hurts people. But you can see that he cannot stand even in the end. And what people has to understand, guys, there is no way when you're 60, you're even beast as the Mike Tyson, you will not beat any YouTuber, even on the medium level. They will be faster if they're young, if they're about like if they're under age 30. You will have no chance to move like them because people are young, especially people like Jake Paul. You have to understand, guys, one kind of the fighter, he will, I don't know, he will go to work, then he'll go to the gym. Jake Paul has everything settled for him to train hard, to train good, to recover nice. You can underestimate him definitely in this game because we know he got some losses there, but anyway, Mike Tyson already not in the conditions, and everybody thought, it's gonna be 12 first seconds and then Jake Paul already on the canvas. Fucking impossible. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Let's go back to the original question. Obviously, Mike Tyson is maybe the best boxer of all time, possibly. But is Jake Paul a professional boxer in your opinion, or is he a YouTuber who basically is picking on people he knows he can beat up?
I think he is professional boxer for real. What
Really?
people has
Okay.
to understand, yes. Here is the one thing why. Because people who just watch us, vast majority of them, they don't understand what does it mean to fight. When you go through when you live without your phone, when you live without your family, when you have to lock in yourself in the preparation, when you go with the hard sparrings, with the hard diet, even him, imagine he could just basically do video vlogs, right, and have a lot of contracts, right, to
Yes.
sell his stuff basically there. He has resource for it, right? He has the already, he built his social media, but he wanted to challenge himself, and I think he is the professional fighter, but let's paraphrase it for a little. He is not high level professional fighter. If he will meet professional fighters like a Usyk, as a WWE, as a guys on the, I don't know, Anthony Joshua, they will destroy him
Yeah,
completely.
he'll be on the canvas very quickly.
Absolutely. And they know they cannot organize it. They can do some stars, fights or something. Yeah, he's a YouTuber who wants to become the, like what I mean, the legend in boxing. But man, that's the other question. Do you believe he will bring people to the gym through his fights? I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? Because when we
No,
see,
no.
especially when we will see next fights, you will see how it's complete. It's not this type of the what motivates you when two guys, they're hungry, they're in the ring. You know what I mean? Like they are ready to die in this ring. It's not like that. They're not ready to die in this ring. They already know everything there is gonna be, as you said, right? Mike Tyson gonna get paid more, in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
sum of
The fix was in. The fix was absolutely in, because they wanted to make sure that maybe Mike Tyson would get a lucky shot. They wanted to make sure, because I'm looking at those clips over there. It looks like Tyson was holding back. It looked like he could have hit him and knocked him out, and he just held
but
back.
he didn't. He
Mhm.
didn't. He didn't also. Even sometimes he could. Jake missed maybe like two punches, but you remember how they were preparing, warming people to the fight, right? They were
Yep.
showing there the things as they were cutting clips. They were cutting clips, they were making them very short to look that you can feel energy. And people who, like, who's the most common watcher of this fight? People who don't train, people who just drinking the beer and watching on the couch and saying, oh, you see Mike Tyson in the ring, he's a beast, but they didn't follow him, at all in his career. They haven't seen him for the last 10 years to compete normally.
Yeah.
We can watch the next one, my brother.
Okay, let's do a super chat. I just want to say something about Jake Paul. Jake Paul, to me, all boxing aside, all his ring work aside, Jake Paul to me is the best thing that's happened to boxing since the past 20 years. And the reason I believe that is because he got a lot of people into boxing, because he has a boxing royalty birthday. Jake Paul is born on the same exact day as what many people consider the GOAT of boxing, Muhammad Ali. So when you see that Muhammad Ali and Jake Paul have the same birthday, obviously different years, but the same birthday, you understand that a January 17th is meant to take that throne and push boxing further up. Because honestly, without Jake Paul, I don't think anyone would be even talking about boxing. That's just my personal opinion. And I believe that Jake Paul is great for boxing. Is he a real boxer? You say he is, but we both agree he'd probably get his ass whooped by a real heavyweight. So it is what it is. Let me do this super chat real quick. Angel, born 6/12, 2003. How should I go about the rest of my year? Okay, very simple. So right now, you are in a 8-year cycle. In an 8-year cycle, you're supposed to grind, you're supposed to get money. I am an 8-year cycle. I have done more content in the past 2 months since I hit my 8-year cycle than I did all of 2024. Because in an 8-year, you're supposed to grind. Go out there and get your freaking bag in the 8-year. The only thing that can hold you back is laziness and karma. It is what it is. Second, after your birthday hits, this year, you're going to be in the 9-year cycle. In a 9-year cycle, it's about completion. So whatever doesn't serve you, get rid of it. Whether it be a bad girlfriend, whether it be a bad job, people who are bringing you down, friends who are basically pieces of trash or bring you down with them. In a 9-year, you get rid of things, you get rid of people. That's how you do 9 years right. Having said that, appreciate the shout out. Let's go back, and I want to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Let's get serious. A lot of fighters will not have sex before they fight. Is that the correct move?
Yeah, if we're considering this through the prism of the hormone system, you know what I mean. You have still
Mm-hmm.
the time when your free testosterone gonna go up during your time with the lack of the sex, but then you have to know in the maybe like 2 weeks, it will start to fall down. That means if you're just considering this as like a graph here, it will go up, 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 and then in the couple of weeks with the lack of the sexual activity, it will go completely down. That's what you have to know. But because you understand, right? You could feel yourself like that after you have the sexual activity. What do you want? You want to sleep, you're relaxed,
No,
and just
that's only if you bust. If you
yeah,
retain your semen, I mean that's what basically what I'm asking. You're a pro fighter. This is what people want to know. So if you have a fight tomorrow, are you having sex the day before with your girlfriend or wife?
absolutely not. It will be a very
Okay,
bad decision for you, my man.
okay.
You wanna because it's about the focus of you, right? If you wanna stay focused, if you wanna stay dialed, you have to understand all the things, all the things in the sport. They're connected with our hormone system. If, for example, just imagine one thing, man, you'll understand me now completely. And here is the answer, right? If we're considering the group of the people, they are have I don't know, uh you have I don't know, you want to go to the gym, you want to train the high level, right? You're just
Yes.
preparing to the fight, but you're absolutely not satisfied with your relationship. When you come at home and your wife saying how bad you are, or your boss, right, at work, he says every time, oh man, don't do that like that, just he's always trying to push you there, press you there, man. You have to know your testosterone will go down, your prolactin, your estrogen, everything about the women hormones will start growing there, because you'll feel depressed, you will not perform then good in the gym. And it's everything because we're just our body works like that. Guys, you have to understand, if you want basically to compete, not only because, man, just I want to hear the give the parallel of the people ring the same as a real life. You understand? If
Hmm.
you are, if you're, if you can steal, miss punches and go steal on your opponent, miss punches again and go steal, on your opponent, you have their balls to do it. It's a very good preparation for the life. That's why every man has at least once to stay in the ring. That's the point. You know, that's the way rink is great preparation. But imagine when you have the gaslighting at home, when you have gaslighting there in the office, wherever you work, you have to know you will never perform there good. That's what's going on. Just basically how our body works. You'll have no chance then to perform well. And for the fighters, for people, every coach with experience will tell you, you have a fight, even in the free days, try to be less with your girl. Try to be less with your phone. Try to do not watch some dramatic bullshits or everything what could make you even feel emotional. You have to stay there focused. You have to stay there dialed and focus exactly on the fight, on the preparation. That's what I advise everybody.
Um, what do you do before a fight? I mean, if you're not, fucking, and you're not out there partying, which I'm assuming you're not. What do you do right before a fight? Do you just watch a movie, go to sleep, train more? What do you do?
For me, one of the hardest part during of the Guinness records or my fighting career when I was young, man, you can't fall in sleep actually before. The level of the stress, what you're living through, is something that I cannot even describe to you. Imagine that you're gonna sleep and in your head you're still thinking, okay, I'm gonna do that. How it will look? What's gonna be if I'm just not performing well? How I have to start? And it's the huge mental game. Some people, they listen music, you know what I mean,
Yep.
they start to listen the music. With the music they can find the way to calm their emotional, you know what I mean, emotional conditions deep down inside. Some people, they need a lot of fights or a lot of fighting experience, to find the way to control it. But some people never control it. I have a guy,
Hmm.
he's WBC boxing world champion. His top career, with the only wins. Regardless, he is just very successful. He cannot compete anymore because he says me, I cannot live with this stress. I cannot more to compete against myself. He win, my man. He's super technical guy, but mentally he cannot withhold with that. People come to the gym. I fight the guy, man, super strong. Looking like an animal. Really, just I look at him. I cannot say just to his eyes, but I see, man, if I miss one, just it will be the problem. But the guy says me, oh man, I want to quit. I just don't feel myself, you know what I mean, not confident enough. What I do, I start to mock him. I start to mock him. I'm saying, go 6 rounds of the sparring. I start to mock him every round. I'm saying him, okay, now you're quitting. Okay, now stop. You cannot do it. I start to mock him. And then it could change mindset. But for the every person have to find their like a personal approach. Man, I
Mm-hmm.
have a 40 years old online student calling me. I'm 40 years old. I was doing the football, but I found there that I love boxing. But my family is against of it. My family,
Okay.
like his wife does not support him. He's just like they don't understand. Think like he's too old for this. You know what I mean? And I try to give him mental approach there to explain him he's doing whatever he wants to do that his wife cannot provide for him. Imagine, because that's the coach profession, right? You have to find the way to the person and bridge this gap deep down inside of his soul to find the way for him psychologically. Do not be scared of his doing, to give him this right confidence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And before fight, you can meditate, right? You can just start to meditate. You just can, like a lay down, just straight close your eyes and try to just find the way to look. It's a lot of different methods. You know what I mean? A lot of different methods, but you have.
Different things work for different people.
Absolutely. Just imagine that, let's say that you will see tomorrow one of the most influential politician on the world, right? You will see tomorrow some you'll do, I don't know, reading for the some of the craziest person you ever seen. And for the some of the people who's running the the US, or like something like that. And definitely you will not just, okay, I don't care, I'll just fall asleep, or I'll watch like some, like a Marvel movie. Of course you will start to think, it's different process will come in your mind. But what the person, man, you'd like to give the personal reading, like maybe the person who's the behind scenes, who's running the world or something like that, with who you'd like to work personally.
Um, I mean, in the fighting world, I looked up to a guy, back then called Lennox Lewis.
Hmm.
He was one of my favorite boxers. The technique was, okay,
So like,
chat. You say I'm going bald. Okay, where am I going bald? Where am I going bald? Where am I going bald? Okay, you need to shut the hell up in that chat because I'm not going bald. Enough is enough.
can hear you, my man.
For all you people out here talking about Zachary Hubbard, okay, and telling me I'm bald. I'm not bald, number one. I'm an old man, but I'm not bald, okay? People who are 20 fucking 5 years old get bald. I'm almost 50, I'm not bald. So cut the games, okay? Number two, Zachary Hubbard, you're poor. If you were actually a good numerologist, you would have money. But you're begging people to pay you $5 on Patreon. You are a poor man. Why would I want to debate a poor man? Second, my man, you basically went through Andrew Wilson yesterday. I destroyed him. He made you look like a fool. That's the second point. Third point, you bet the Kansas City Chiefs, you moron. All this numerology and gematria, you bet the Kansas City Chiefs. And the year before that, you got it wrong. And the year before that, you got it wrong. Do you ever hit a big game? So I'll tell you what. You want me to debate you? Fine. Show me some winning betting slips. That's what it's going to take. I need proof that you could actually win something and make money. I post my winning betting strips. 5 years in a row, I got the Super Bowl. 5 years in a row. You can't get 2 years in a row. As a matter of fact, you're in a losing streak. You are a loser. You've always been a loser, and quite frankly, you're never going to be at my level. People don't even know who you are, little bro. And by the way, did I not tell you 1971s and 1983s, people born in the year of the pig will have bad years? What happened when the year of the snake started? Bye-bye to your Twitter accounts. Yeah, bro, it's like that. So when all these people in the chat room right now talking about debate Zach, when he can post some winning betting slips, not for $5, not for $10. I want to see him put thousands of dollars on the line and win like I do every single day. When you post those winning betting slips, then we can talk about it. Until then, you're a freaking pleb. Get the hell out of here. Sorry about that. Had to do that real quick. There's always people like
You
to
need to
talk
fight
shit.
him, my man. You need to fight him.
Hey, you know what? You know what? We have Pavel here. So I'll tell you what. If you want to come down to Miami and put on gloves, Zach Hubbard, we can do that. feel free to come down to Miami. We'll put this on the stream. We'll put gloves on. You'll have to sign a waiver. So if I put you in the hospital, you're not suing my ass. But we can do that because, quite frankly, I don't like you. You don't like me. You want some clout. I have it. I'm not going to debate you because you're beneath me. But if it's up to whooping your ass, yo, bro, I'm all for it. So let's make an event of it. All you losers over here who are talking about, yo, Zach Hubbard this, Zach Hubbard this. Bro, you don't even have any kids. You're 40 years old. You don't even have any kids. You're a loser. Okay? It's all good to have money. Having money is good. I flex all the time. This is 50,000 on my hand right now. I flex all the time. You know what the difference is? I have a wife for 20 years. I have 2 kids. Family, I have that too. See, I'm doing everything right. So when you can produce some winning betting slips, I'll debate you. And if you want to come down to Miami, yo, we'll put this on fresh and fit. All right? So anytime you want to go, we can do that. Anyways, Pavel, let me ask you, how do people get a hold of you? How do people, if they want you to train them, how do they go about getting a hold of you and getting that done? Because there's a lot of people who want to learn how to fight, and you actually know how to do it.
The main thing what I focus on, you have to understand, my man, that's the people without any experience. That's my main focus, right? I'd like to work, of course, I'm preparing the professional fighters. You can see I even today posted the reel on my Instagram how I prepared the guy for his bare knuckle fight, and we won this fight. But my main focus is the usual people. And the sense of my approach, I try to look first on the human body. For example, if you're saying you want to punch, you want, I don't know, just do boxing, I try to build there the method, and just my method there is to help people first to have healthy body, to have no problems there with their joints, ligaments, because you understand when you're punching, it's a comprehensive movement. What are you exploiting there? Your shoulder, your elbow joint. It's about the wrist, and I help people first to stay healthy. That's what I've done exactly for your academy, right? When in your course, I don't know when you're gonna post it, right? But there is
It'll be posted on the 28th. And by the way, Pavel is now a teacher in GG33 Academy. You can explain in detail what you're doing right after you're done explaining this.
Yeah, and the basic thing there is that I want to share with people the healthy approach, not just the classic boxing approach how you can find in the old gyms where people just do crazy things, like warm up looks like, I don't know, 20 years ago. I try to bring there like a healthy approach in the every movement, and try to consider the punches also movement where we use our hips, our legs rotation, etc. That's what I want to use, in my methods. I want to first make people stay healthy. A lot of people, they come to me and say, oh man, I want to become fast. But then when we start to work, I see, or he got there the ACL surgery, he cannot do footwork, or he has the rotator cuff issues, he cannot move his shoulder well. That's why I'd like not just to be there just the boxing coach. I want to help people with the body and the sense of the course. What I create for you, I said, man, I want your people to stay healthy. It's not just about people to learn how to punch up at cross. I want people who follow your work, who see what you're doing there. I want them to stay healthy without any injuries. When you have healthy body, you can do whatever you want. You can choose the sport, My people, they train, every day. And I found the people throughout the world, what they
The average person is not going to train every day.
But I give them that. That's what I give them, because imagine that every day you have to hit the back. But I'll give you, man, today you're working for the strengths in your knees. That's all. Tomorrow you're going to do 20 abs for your healthy lower back, then we're integrating their punching technique. Every workout is different. And we're integrating in the just boxing. There are workouts which is going to help you healthy. If this stream is watching the guy who wanted to train, but his hip hurts or his lower back because he sits a lot in the office, I have approach for him. He texts me. We found a personal approach for him. We have a call. I help him, with the solving his own problems. Because I believe with a healthy body will become any sport. I want to give people the health. That's one of the most important thing for them. I help already a lot of people. If you like to train, I'll make you healthy too, and you will feel yourself completely different.
How do people get a hold of you, my friend?
Just basically text me on the Instagram, write me a message that you want to train, but I'll consider people who who really wants to train. You know what I mean? It just never been for me about the only money. I love to help people. My man, I have in the gym handicapped people. I have people who basically cannot see and they're doing boxing. I was preparing people with the with the not working one eye for the boxing amateur match. That's it's the big experience. I help people after the 40 years old how to train too, how to start from the scratch, what to do if your body is dead and now you just understood you need to do something. That's what I do. You can watch my Instagram. You see my highlights, how I'm preparing people, how many there are people who change their life completely. And it's not only about the professional fighter. I know the people who watch you, they're just people who want to learn. They're people who have, I don't know, the sitting jobs. A lot of people like that, right? And I want to bring them the health. I want to give them static movements, dynamic movements, and help them to move even when they have no time. You have no time, no problem. We'll train 20 minutes. You have more time. We'll find the approach which is personalized and customized for you.
Can you shout out your? I'm sure we'll do clips of this and everything, but can you shout out your Instagram so people know how to find you?
Yeah, there is the Pavel kickboxing. When you just write this on the Instagram search, you'll find me, Pavel kickboxing. That's my name. You can DM me there, and definitely I'll do my best to help you. Just tell me you're from the stream from the Gary. If but for everyone who's from your academy, we'll make them people the special offers. Definitely, we have always the free consultation or something like that. We will give them the vision. We will give them understanding that they can do it. We'll give them a free advice what they can do when they don't feel confident at all with the sport. And for the old people from your academy, my brother, is going to be another approach. You know what I mean?
The old people, boy.
Yeah. There are a lot of people who wants to learn, and
100%.
If you give them the wisdom, if you want to share with them your knowledge, I want to give them the body. And imagine people in your academy going to be special. Therefore, imagine they have the way from your knowledge, right? Like they learn from you there. And we give them also the healthy body, mind and body at the same time. And that's why your academy going to be special completely, my man.
I appreciate that. I'm going to make 2 points. And by the way, if you're watching this, hit that like so we can get like more viewers in here and stuff like that. But 2 things. If you want to do anything in life, learn from the best of the best. If you want to learn basketball, you go to Michael Jordan. If you want to learn numerology, you come to me. Not Zach Hubbard's dumbass who's broke. You come to me. And if you want to learn how to fight, you go to this man right here because he does fighting like I do numerology. That's the point. You always go to the best of the best. Second, do you know who Aiden Ross is?
Yeah, of course I know.
Yeah, Aiden Ross is a dragon. And, he actually is promoting fights now.
Wow.
He actually promoting fights. Yeah, one of his cards, I think, is this weekend. So I want to make this very public. Aiden Ross. Again, me and you are cool. We have no issues. But again, Aiden Ross, I got 50,000. This man will beat any person you can find at his height, weight, who's not like John Jones or something like that. Okay. So I'm willing to put 50,000 on this man. You find your fighter and your choice, and let's make this happen in Miami in a warehouse. This man will come down here at some point. He'll kick your guy's ass, and then we'll start making it rain all over. Because this man is a real fighter. And by the way, his enemy year is over. See, when he was this enemy year, maybe someone could have snuck an easy punch in there. Maybe. Because it even happened to Mike Tyson. Enemy year guy got him. But now we're in the year of the snake. And I got 50K. Hell, I might even put 100. Aiden Ross, if you're interested in having a real person, not these YouTube misfits you have fighting. If you want a real person to fight, I got my man here. I got money on him. Find someone. Let's make this happen. And quite frankly, GG33 don't lose. Don't matter what it is. Stocks, sports, fighting. I'm not doing the fighting myself unless it's Zach Hubbard. Zach, I got something for you. But when it comes to some real fight, a boxing match, I got Pavel. He's GG33. Bring up anyone you want, and we can make this happen. You down, brother?
Of course, let's do it. Of
I
course,
love that confidence. I
of
love. He
course.
didn't say fuck yeah. He said
That's
of
my every
course.
day. Just every day. I train people every day, spar every day. That's just a normal thing for me. Just a day. Just a day,
Let me ask you a
nothing
few other
special.
questions before we wrap
Sure.
this up. Um, do you think the top UFC fighter who's a woman could ever knock out even the worst man who's a UFC fighter?
No chance. Just literally no chance. I mean, for people who believes they're like some girl and she just hit in the back well, or I don't know, she hits other girls, it's gonna be ridiculous. And I think even, you know, it will never even happen, because imagine that.
Oh, it
Uh,
might happen. It might happen because there's a lot of money in something like this. Because these women, they're brainwashed. They go to
yeah,
Netflix and they see this one woman. I forgot what the movie was. Jennifer Gardner was playing some kind of secret agent, and this one woman went through the whole Russian army. Like one woman beating up, destroying tanks by herself, destroying 2,000. And you see movies like this, Captain Marvel. So these women are getting brainwashed to think they can have a big head and they can knock out guys. Now, obviously, Ronda Rousey in her prime could take some of the guys in the streets. Probably an average guy, maybe Ronda Rousey could take. But there is zero chance a female UFC fighter will ever beat a male UFC fighter. And this is the man telling you this right now. You women out there, stop being brainwashed. You're not meant to fight. You're meant to cook and clean and have babies.
yeah, here is the one thing that, imagine that I train people in the gym, right? Also, I reside here in the Slovakia, in the Bratislava. A lot of different people come to me to the gym, right? A lot of different people. A lot of women still want to fight, right? They want to do it, right? And I teach them to fight, but man, just 60 kilograms man and 60 kilograms woman, man. You cannot imagine 60 kilograms fighter, just super, even who trains for himself, just doing I don't know, 3 times a week trains in the gym, he could kill the woman. It's not just about dominate or win by points, or it's not about the competition. And I don't want to see it even. But I don't know what about you, but I cannot watch the fights between the women too. I don't think so.
No,
It's
no,
something that could happen, not because I'm
no.
the misogynist or something like that. No, I respect women definitely. I have them in the gym. I love to train. It's another approach for the trainings, but I don't think so. It's something that could happen for real, when they're fully just, I don't know, like a breaking noses off each other, or something like that. Man, it's too
Uh, to
cruel,
the people in the chat, I'll talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. If I want to talk about numerology, I'll talk about numerology. If I want to talk politics, I'll talk politics. I will talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. This is why you're watching me, because I'm over here behind the mic and you're over there typing. You get it? Okay, so slow down. We gotta talk to the chat every now and then because some of these people get real loud. Most of the people in the chat are great. Shout out to all the GG33 members in the chat. And Pavel, before we close this up, I want to know, what was your highlight as a fighter so far in life?
the my goal, let's say, right?
Yes.
My goal, I'd say that, my man, I found myself, I know you're speaking about me very a lot as a fighter, but basic my way, my inclination, right? I love to teach people. That's exactly what I found for myself. What makes me to stay happy, because when I help different people, different ages to learn, and when I see they could do something what they couldn't believe they could make it even happen, with a sport or some different activity, it makes me literally so happy and genuinely so happy. I see how people train. I see how people who are fully busy, they have no time, they have jobs, different duties, they still have time to come to the gym and train. Man, it makes me literally so happy. And my goal is to share my knowledge, to share my experience, like what you do. I think it's one of your goal too, to share experience with others, to share with them that's other way for them to success in the life. I believe every man, even Gary, if somebody he has the million, you know what I mean, on the bank account, but if he cannot protect his woman, if he cannot protect his child, if he looks like a shit, completely, like especially under age of 30, I don't believe it's what has to be really. If you're a man, you have to try yourself. You see that what what has to be normal, it's integral part of your life has to be. That's what I believe, and my goal is to share my approach with the maximum amount of the people, with the most amount of the people, to share my approach and teach them, change their lives.
Sounds like good goals. Sounds like a worthy goal to have. I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream slash podcast. We have one of the top fighters in the world, a guy who's in the Guinness Book of World Records. And again, Aiden Ross or anyone else, I got 50 to 100K on this guy. If you want to set up a boxing event or anything else in Miami, he's down. I'm down. He's my GG33. See, I'm too old to do this anymore. Okay, I'm 47 years old, man. Okay, I'm still a big dude, and quite frankly, if the average person runs up on me, he's gonna take it out. But I'm not like, I'm too old to go in the ring. Okay, we just saw what happened to Mike Tyson. Okay, I'm too old to go in the ring unless it's Zach Hubbard. We'll make an exception for your dumbass. We will make an exception for you. Okay, I don't need to train. I don't need to do anything. I will slap you and knock you out because you're that soft. But let me make this clear: 50, 100K on my man Aiden Ross. If you're about that life, let's do this, because he will knock out anyone you put in front of him. And I got 150K to say that. Anyways, brother, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We're going to do this much more often. He is a teacher in GG33 Academy now. His course will be released on the 28th. And quite frankly, I think my man is going to be a worldwide name in 2026, the year of the horse. We're going to build his ass up. We're going to get him out of Slovakia. He's going to come visit us in the greatest country in human history, America. And by the way, we got that dog president now, so that energy is going to be really good for you as well. Anyways, brother, it was a pleasure talking to you. I hope the people in the chat enjoyed this, and I'm sure we'll get millions of clips. This has been a GG33 production. Peace. In about 2 hours, I'll be on Fresh and Fit, and we'll stream it live on here too. We have January 6ers on who were political prisoners. And quite frankly, this is going to be one of the biggest podcasts of the year so far. Anyways, I appreciate you coming on. We're going to do this again and again. And quite frankly, I can't wait to do this in person, because that's where the real magic is. Brother, tell these people how to find you one more time.
On the Instagram, my guys, just write down there the Pavel Kickboxing, and you'll find there me. Okay, I'm going to be there just first, maybe. You'll find there my page. Feel free to DM me, and we'll help you with any kind of the health issues, lower back, shoulders, your elbows hurts. I don't know, doesn't matter. There, your knee. I'll try to help you to stay healthy. And also, if you'd like to learn martial arts, of course, I'll do my best to teach you too.
He'll teach you how to knock motherfuckers out. That's what he'll teach you. Anyways, спасибо, что пришел. И всем говорит до свидания. See, we could talk different languages. You don't know what we just said. You can assume you know what we said, but it is what it is. Anyways, до свидания. It's been real.
Let's go, my guys. Let's train. Let's stay healthy.